Meanwhile, in Brazil, good news. According to preliminary government data published just a few days ago, they say that the deforestation in the Amazon rainforest decreased by 68% this April compared with last year. And that is amazing, not only because we desperately need to maintain the Amazon, it's considered the lungs of the planet. It's devastating in terms of climate, it's devastating in terms of ecological diversity. It's also devastating in terms of the indigenous people who live in that area. Mm-hmm. But if this is true, and that remains to be seen, it is such a stark turnaround from Bolsonaro's just active campaign to burn down every single inch of the Amazon. We don't often get good climate news, Francesca. So when I saw this, I was just so excited.
No, I think it's very, very good. The problem is it increased by an insane amount under Bolsonaro. I don't know, but I feel like multiple percent, like hundreds of percentages. So I'm like, if it decreased by 68%, it's still probably pretty bad. Yeah. So we have to sort of see, but of course, ultimately though, this is not just the responsibility of Brazil, this is the responsibility of the world, which is why, and what developing nations or second world, third, whatever you want to call them, nations have called for is to get paid to not cut down their rainforest. Because in the short term, yeah, it's easier, you make more money to use that land for grazing, use that land for soy plantations, whatever it is. And it's like, no, the world needs it to be trees and rainforest.
100%. And meanwhile, in Italy, Claudio Trenta has had enough with potholes, but unfortunately, the government hasn't had enough with him over what he did. He filled in a pothole and now has been fined nearly 900, whatever their currency is. Euro dollars. Euros. I'm kidding. It's a joke about Brexit and what's become of them. Whatever it is that they use for money at this point. He says it's injustice. And I think there is a case to be made that this is one of the biggest injustices happening in the world in the last week or so. It was a 30-centimeter pothole. That translates to something in actual numbers. But anyway, he said it was in a pedestrian crossing. He's 72 years old. He was just sick of it. So he filled it in with asphalt. And so he has been fined. They say it's for carrying out a potentially dangerous job in a public space without permission or the competence to do so. He says, if they think I'm an idiot, they are wrong. They've provoked me. And so now I'm filing a counter complaint against the council for negligence. I love a sentence that begins with "they've provoked me." Yes. But anyway, you're attacking his competence. You guys weren't filling it in. Apparently it's deep in actual measurements. I feel like at some point, if you have to do it, you do it. Didn't Arnold Schwarzenegger or someone fill in their own pothole and get in trouble or something? I think it was Schwarzenegger. But anyway, these things are trouble. I almost significantly damaged my car on an off ramp in LA, which has terrible potholes. If somebody would go fill that in, that would be great. I would love that. What do you think?
Agreed. No, I absolutely. I mean, it's very, very dangerous to do that. But the guy's 72 years old. Put him to work, man. These senior citizens, let's go. You fill in potholes. This is a good use of your day. And he did a fine job. Whatever. It's gravel. It's so much better than your entire wheel going into it, or someone falling and breaking their neck. I mean, this is literally seniors are the ones who are at most risk if they are walking, on the street. So don't pay it, dude. Hold out, man. Hold out.
Hold out. Diablo Verde is saying he should have just did what the other guy did, spray paint penises around it. As soon as he did, they filled them. That's amazing. Actually be.
I love
it's
that.
It's a great idea. I don't know that I love it in practice, but anyway, this is definitely an injustice. Give the guy his money back. Maybe pay him a bounty for each one he fills in.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.